After years and years and years of playing with all variations of The Sims, I have decided to finally knuckle down and create for myself a save file. After much deliberation and back and forth and incessant rethinking it all, I have decided on Brindleton Bay. And in today's video, I am going to lay out my strategic plan, semi-strategic plan, for doing exactly this. So if that sounds like something you want to watch, go ahead and get comfy and let's get right on into it.
Talk to me, baby, I've been waiting for a lifetime. Just keep on fading.
This isn't going to be a strictly disciplined save file. I am not going to be sticking to the style that is already currently in Brindleton Bay. I actually want to lean more cottagecore and super cozy and super, I don't know, more traditional family sort of gameplay. Romance and generations, and can I actually build a legacy? Because I've never gone past the 3rd generation in any legacy. And I kind of want this save file, or I want this town to be very calm and beautiful and romantic, and family is what I keep coming back to. I just feel that the world is so crazy right now, and I'd kind of like to create a little bubble, like pull things back to simple, simple living, romantic storylines, family storylines. Think like, I don't know, Family Ties or Family Matters or Happy Days, A Little House on the Prairie. I get that these are like super traditional, very innocent, but I don't hate the idea. Where we need to start, obviously, is with our inspiration, because like I said, I want to go off script on the Dutch colonial style that is Brindleton Bay. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to Pinterest, and I'm actually going to link my Pinterest profile in the description down below. So if you want to follow this project along over on Pinterest, or even suggest pins and pictures that you think might work in our town, that would be fantastic. But right now I'm going to create a couple of boards here so that we have boards with inspiration, and then I'm going to build a board. I'm going to create a board that is actually where we move things off of inspiration into to build, and we will use these pictures for inspiration to actually build our community lots and our homes. I really thought that I was going to be building this world in Henford-on-Bagley, but I don't know, Brindleton Bay just keeps calling to me. First things first, I want to see how we can blend in more cottagecore and change the architecture on this and make this feel still like an old New England town in the US, which I'm fairly familiar with. I've been to those kinds of towns. But I'm going to go a little bit more, I don't know, like a little bit shabby, a little bit worn down. Like this town's been here for a really long time. Stuff like these photos here, I think really sum up the feel that I'm wanting to get. Now, I think we need to definitely define like a mood for the town. And like I said, I just keep coming back to like innocence, family, true love. I want this town to, Storybook, that's what it was, Storybook in Once Upon a Time. That would be perfect. I love the idea of that town. And a little magical even. Yeah, you guys, let's lean this direction towards Once Upon a Time. I loved that show. Oh my gosh, you guys. What if we did it? What if we did the whole town based on Storybook, Maine? Like I could seriously see it. Like, I mean, not an exact replica. I'm not talking like that. I'm just talking like the themes and the feel, magic and true love and friendship and family and those things really saving the day, and the town being close knit, but there's secrets, and oh my gosh, I love this idea so much. Now, the problem with Storybook is that, of course, it was a cursed town, so it was created to be a little drab and boring. So we're going to spice things up a little bit. Oh, this is going to be so fun. And then like color schemes though, I think I'm going to keep things pretty muted. Like down here on the docks, we're going to keep things fairly muted in color. Grays and blues, like dusty blues, off-whites, dirty whites, that kind of thing. And then I think in the Main Street area, we might throw in some color because like I found these kind of inspiration images from some New England towns where the buildings are quite colorful, and I like that. And then I also want to have, I don't know, some quirkiness. Like I was thinking about the movie Klaus, which I love. It's like one of my favorite Christmas movies ever. And I was thinking about how the buildings in the animated buildings in that are here. I'll throw in some images for that right now. These really quirky, like the buildings are not to code at all and maybe falling over. I'd like to see if I could build something like this that would be super cute and maybe fit in, maybe make that like the apothecary or like the jeweler's home, something like that. Because I want to also utilize a lot of businesses and hobbies and make a lot of these homes also businesses. I do want there to be some level of faith in the town, not to be like overly religious, but I just think like I really want to build a church, like a little like old white chapel, place that we can have weddings, place that we can have funerals, a place that even in story times, perhaps if a sim goes through something rough, maybe they'll go and they'll want to pray. They'll want to just be in the garden, maybe make a prayer garden, something along those lines. And then also, I want to see what we can do with Adventure Awaits. I know that pack is still super glitchy, but we can plan for the future when it might not be as glitchy. So maybe put something like a wellness retreat in, might be fun. I'd like to see if we could do like a bed and breakfast. That would be totally appropriate for this. Oh my goodness, we have so many ideas. Now, I do think any good town is going to obviously have, one or two people that have quite a bit of money that probably rule the town. But this town to me speaks of, residents that don't have a lot of income, maybe more on the low income, more on the living off the land even. Like I said, I want to use some home and business stuff in here. So like the style of the houses, I want them to be a little worn. Plus they're right on the coast, so they're going to be getting beat up by the elements quite a bit. Now on the big 64 by 64 lot, I actually want to recreate something from up in the New England area. There was this house called the Pink House, and sadly it was recently torn down. And people up in that area, they loved this house. It's a magical house, and people were trying to save it. It got saved for as long as there was some birds that were nesting in it. It got saved until mating season was over or nesting season was over. But then they did finally tear that house down. And I would love to recreate that on the 64 lot, but I kind of want to create it in its old, weathered, soon to be destroyed style. And then have my sim move in and do like a rags to riches and fix this house up. And this house may be what becomes our bed and breakfast. I know like when you go through Brindleton Bay, it's a lot of shingles. I'm not really into the shingles, so we're going to do a little bit more clapboard. I also want to really bring in some brick and some stone. Like I want to go way back in time to like, colonial days maybe, when they would have built up this town originally, and it would have been built with stones really that they would have found probably on the land, because I love that idea. I want this town to feel like it's sat here for a really long time, even though I'm kind of using Storybook as one of my inspirations, and that was conjured by magic. I want our town to really feel like it's got history, like it goes way back. I also want to include one container home, just because I personally love the idea of a container home. I find it, overly romanticized that you get some of these shipping containers and you make a home out of them. So I definitely want one of our lots to be this. I think I'm going to choose this lot here. I feel like it really lends itself to that. So we'll place that here, but I think down here on the docks, so to speak, I think we want to have a diner, definitely like a pub. And over here, I'm actually on this lot over here, I'm going to actually create something that maybe hosts the farmers market every week. And I'm thinking maybe if we can get the Ferris wheel from Get Together on here, not Get Together, from high school years on here, that might look super festive. So this is going to be a community lot where people can just come and hang out, and a lot of story can be told here. And then over here on this corner, I want to build a vineyard. Actually, I want to maybe this ends up being our bed and breakfast, but I'm thinking of a couple that really loves making their own nectar, and maybe even the fizzy sodas from Eco Lifestyle. And maybe they have like adventure weekends where you come and you get to make the sodas, or you get to make the wines, something like that. Now out on the island, I have something that I want to try. I want to see if I can build something out here that's a little removed. I kind of want, I'm thinking, this is a little weird, but I'm kind of thinking a cross between an apothecary and a bakery. Like the person that lives here, oh, you know what I'm also thinking? There could be a secret with this lot. Like, just from a character standpoint, my head is already spinning story ideas. I'm so excited about this. Okay, so yeah, so out here, this is going to be a little bit of a mystery. Like, you know, they're removed out on the island. They get some touristy action because of the lighthouse, but you've also got the pet cemetery out here. So I feel like this needs to be a little bit mysterious, a little bit touristy, but lots of hidden secrets out here. Now, when we go into the main street, or the main street area, that's obviously going to be our main community area. So we have 3 lots on this side of the bridge and 2 lots on that side of the bridge. On that side of the bridge, I'm thinking one of those lots can be the wellness retreat, and the other lot, I'm actually thinking of doing some kind of a rooming house, maybe using for rent. I'm thinking like, you know, like the old captain's estate, something like that. You know, like the old captain that's lived here forever, or did live here forever, and his house, you know, has been turned into over the years like a rooming house. I thought that might be kind of fun. It would get some interesting characters in there. But the other lots I want to create, now we've got 2 big lots, 40 by 30 lots, which obviously we can put, you know, multiple things on that, so that when your sim goes to the lot, there are different activities. I think I'm gonna make where the vet's office traditionally is, I think that's where I want to put the church. And like I said, it's going to be like a wedding venue, a funeral venue, and then just like a place to go. I'm going to put a little prayer garden in for people to just go and find peace, maybe in their troubled moments. And then on the smaller lot, I'm going to put the vet's office, and I'm going to put a park behind it. And then, of course, on the larger lot where we had the park, what I want to do there is create something along the lines of this, where it's like you've got multiple shops here, like definitely like a bookshop. You've got to have a cafe, maybe a jewelry store. I'd like to use bowling too, because I love bowling. Maybe put the bowling connected to the cafe, connected to a karaoke bar. I don't know, because, you know, it's complicated when you have, you know, you have to assign a lot type to the lot. So I'm not sure where we're going to go with this, but we're going to put multiple activities on this one lot, and we'll see how that turns out. Now on the tiny lot over here near the beach, I'm actually thinking of making like a little, again, a bit of a home business, I think, but maybe like downstairs be like a library or an old bookshop, a place that kind of holds the history of the town, some kind of artifacts. It's a really small lot, so I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be able to pull off, but that's what I'm thinking over here. And then of course we have our big lot up on the hill, so that'll be where, you know, we have quite a bit of money represented. And then these 2 little lots back here, these actually are some of my favorite lots to play on. I'm thinking of maybe do the flower shop on one of these where like she can be growing all the flowers and in the garden and selling her creations. And then this other lot here, I don't know, I really want to do like a rags to riches, live off the land. Maybe we don't need to make it a business. Maybe it just needs to be a live off the land kind of thing. But I'm also thinking maybe like a spellcaster. We'll figure it out as we go along. But these are just kind of my overall thoughts after, being on Pinterest for like 5 hours this morning and kind of plotting out all of the things. And I'm going to create lore for the whole town too. So this stuff feels ancient, like it's been here for a long time, that there's a lot of stories and connection. And you know how like in a perfect world, when you live in a small town and you're kind of all galvanized around the lore of your town, I want to build something like that. I think I'm going to create something over on Canva, some kind of organizational system that can follow the creation of our town. And then, but more importantly, when we get into creating the Sims, we're going to do obviously like a core group of friends, something like, I'm thinking like Beverly Hills 90210 or Melrose Place. I do want a little bit of a soap opera-y type drama to kind of creep in, but I do want to keep this town a little bit more traditional and cozy and family oriented and true love oriented, and not the crazy gameplay that you tend to get in The Sims. Now, if this save file goes really well and we move into other towns, I'm thinking we can make like some towns that are totally crazy and wild and just sim crazy, and some towns, and like we can theme each world after some kind of emotion or mood or TV show, that kind of a thing. But let's not get carried away. We're going to stay here with Brindleton Bay, and we're going to, begin this process, and we're just going to let it take the time that it takes. And we're going to build out this world, and we're going to play in it. So it's not just building it, but we're also going to play in it, and we're going to create stories and a real foundation together. I think that's a good start to the plan. And then I'm going to put up a couple of videos a week. Right here in the beginning, they're probably just going to be build videos. I'm going to start getting the community built. And then once we have like the community lots done, we'll go in and create our first characters. I want characters that are multifaceted, obviously. I was a romance novelist for many years. And so, storytelling is my thing. And I definitely want to have a couple of love stories, some deep soulmate type stories, and maybe some love triangles or unrequited love going on, the things that tug at your heartstrings. But I also want to have some families, young families, generational families. Also, you got to have a few of the, I don't know if I want to call them just quirky or, the characters that are a bit outcasty. Like I said, I do want a little bit of mystery maybe involved over there on the island, but we're going to start with just building these community lots. So do subscribe to the channel, especially if anything in this video has kind of sparked your interest and you feel like I've earned that like or subscribe. I really do appreciate that. That does bless my heart more than you'll ever know. I've really enjoyed finding The Sims, making videos in The Sims. I've played The Sims for years and years and years, but making videos in The Sims has brought a whole new element of the gameplay to my heart, and connecting with you guys has been super special, and I appreciate you, and I just want to always make sure that you know that. But that's it for this video, and in the next video we're going to build our first lot, and I'll probably, like I said, try to put up a couple videos a week where we're building, and then we'll get into character development, and then we'll get into gameplay, and of course we'll continue to develop characters as we play them. I'm excited. I cannot wait. I'm so grateful that you guys are here. I'm really grateful to be back at video making. Go ahead and leave some kind comments down below if you have ideas. Follow me on Pinterest if you have some images that you think might fit in the town really well. And as I'm recording this, it is fall now officially. So I feel like that's a really great time too for this coziness, for this particular world too. Brindleton Bay, we're gonna set it up and start playing it, aligned with our season. So the leaves will all have been turning golds and reds, and it'll be just beautiful and cozy. And then we'll go into winter and we'll have snow. I just want to really create something so beautiful. I want to create a bubble, you guys. I just want to create a bubble for us to come together a few times a week, and I can share stories with you all, and we can connect and kind of let the rest of the world just do its thing, and we can be safe in our little cozy bubble of Sim world, and where things are kind and beautiful, and like I said, true love reigns supreme, and families are everything, and people connect and look out for one another. And I don't know, I'm just feeling nostalgia for, not to sound like a very old person, but like, quote unquote, the good old days, just when things seemed a little simpler, a little slower, a little softer. So much love to you all. I hope that wherever you are in the world today, you are feeling loved and blessed and seen and safe in your world. And I'll see you on the next video.